Good day everyone, welcome to another edition of my book review, and today I'll be reviewing this particular book, Park the Bus by Seth Godin. Park the Bus by Seth Godin. But before going right into it, there is a very particular question that was written with the title of the book that says that when was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you did something for the first time? That's a question for us to answer. That you've been doing something before, but when was the last time you actually did something you have never done before? If you have read any of Seth Godin book, you will notice that Seth Godin have this style of writing his book by writing a short topic, write something about it, short topic throughout all the books. Some of these books I've read, they are always in that kind of writing style. And if you don't know Seth Godin is an entrepreneur, an internet marketer, and a thought leader, a speaker, and he's a very phenomenal person. And he is also a very thought leader when it comes to creative work, writing, doing creative stuff. So you find his book very interesting. Now, going right to the book started with the story of someone called Hanida. And this person just woke up one day and informed her boss that she's going to do something she has never done before. She went right into it, gave it all his energy, and she got it done. Now, what does that make her to be? That makes her to be an initiator, someone who has done what he has never done before. And the book also talks about do what you would do if there is no one to tell you what to do. If there's nobody watching you, if there's nobody telling you to do this and that, then you should do that. And one thing that thing does to you is the fact that it makes you different. It makes you stand out, and it makes you to be a good initiator. And when you initiate ideas that come to pass, your value is being rated higher than the people that you work with. Your best come when you do what you have never done before. So the book mentions some 7 imperatives, something that could help you to get ahead in whatever you do. Number 1, to be aware of the market of opportunity of who you are. First thing is knowing that who am I in this environment that I have? Who am I? Number 2, to be educated so you can understand what's around you. When you are educated, you understand the environment better and you know how to maneuver your way within where you find yourself. Number 3, 7th imperative, to be connected so you can be trusted as you engage. You cannot achieve something great solo, but by collaborating with other people, by connecting with other people, you can actually, do phenomenal things. Number 4, to be consistent. So the system know what you need. You have to be consistent with whatever you do so that the system will know what you need. Number 5, to build an asset so you have something to ship. And what does asset mean in this part of weight is you being connected, you having something you could sell. An asset, write a book, do some creative work. In any field you find yourself, you have to build an asset so you have something to sell. Number 6, to be productive so you can be well priced. Your value will be more, you'll be more valued when you are productive and you'll be well priced. And the number 7, which is the 7th imperative, is the guts and the heart to do and the passion to ship. You having the passion that you want to ship this particular work, you have the guts, you have the energy, you have the synergy that you need, and you have this mind-blowing go-to attitude that it makes you to go after whatever that you want to go for. So what are the elements of production? What are the elements of production? What are the things you need to make something happen? Number 1, you need an idea. For whatever you want to bring into actualization, you have to actually think about it. You need an idea. Number 2, you need people to work with. So as you are trying to be an initiator, you need an idea, you need people to work with, you need a place to build and organize. You need a place to organize yourself, to do the creative work that you want to do. You need raw materials. You need things that you can to put together. You need distribution. How is your work going to be known? How are you going to share your work so that it could not be it could be well known? Number 6, you need money, and number 7, you need marketing. You need money and you need marketing. So you could ask, what does poking a bus actually mean? Poking a bus require you trying out what to see what response come after boxing a box, just like a programmers. No, it's you initiating something to see what comes after it. After that, you have initiate what comes after it, just like people who does programming. And you ask yourself, when is the right time? When can you start initiating something? In the book, it was stated as soon is not good as now. Soon is not good as now. Now is the time. You have an idea in your head that you wanted to do. You've had something that you've been planning to work on. The time to do it is now. That is the best time to do it. Soon is not as good as now. Soon is not as good as now. So, for you to get your whatever you want to do to get it done, there is a question. What are the types of capital that you're in page 12? What are the type of capital that you need? Number one, you need financial capital, you need network capital, you need intellectual capital, you need physical capital, and you need prestige capital, which is your reputation. Your reputation goes a long way. These are the capital that you're going to need to get your ideas, started, and to get your idea working. Another point that the book mentioned is the trail of failure. We sometimes dwell in the midst of, what if I fail? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? If I start, you start first. Failure is part of the process. There are many people who have failure, who have failure in starting an initiative, yet they kept at it. There are many people who have failed in starting an initiative, despite the failure that they encounter, and later on they still kept on doing to get it work. So to do work that matters, you must decide to go to work regularly, shun any setback, attribute and remain focused, and continue to show up. Doing phenomenal work, doing the work that matters requires you to show up every day, show up from time to time, and by that you get your work done. So another aspect that the book talks about is, do not wait for the validation of others before initiating an idea. Sometimes we dwell in the thought that, until maybe I get accepted by this kind of people, until I get accepted by another set of people, until then no, you don't have to wait. The book mentioned that you don't have to wait for the validation of others before starting your idea. So you won't limit yourself before starting the idea that you want to talk about. So the book mentions something very crucial when it comes to excellence. On excellence is not about working extra out to do what you are told. It is about taking the initiative to work, to do work you decide is worth doing. So it's not doing excellent work. It's not about working on extra mile, extra hard on what you had been told to do, but it's about doing what you decide is worth doing. What is worth doing? So an adage, what is worth doing is worth doing well. So it's about you taking initiative to do what actually matters. So another aspect of the book that talks about when you are thinking about what if it doesn't work, this might not work. Change is powerful, but change always comes with failure as its partner. Sometimes we dwell in the aspect of what if it doesn't work? What if it works? So if you are thinking that what if it doesn't work, what if it works? So change is powerful when it comes, because it always comes with a failure as its partner. For you to succeed at something, you're going to fail. Then failure serves as a partner to success. So you have to just have it in mind that failure is part of the process. If you do it, if you start it and you fail, good. And if it works, good. So you just have to have that in mind, that failure is also part of the process. Starting implies finishing. At some point, your work has to intersect with the market where you are working to serve. Your work sometimes intersect with the market. So when you start, you have the idea that you are going to finish what you start. If you don't start, you are not working. And as the book says, poke the box, initiate. When was the last time you did something for the first time? That's a very question that should stay with you while reading this book, or while as I'm reviewing it. You should have to think, when was the last time I did something something for the first time? Yeah, so someone to become an insider, a leader, someone who matters is to initiate. To become somebody special is for you to become someone that initiates something. The person who fails the most usually wins. The person who fails the most usually wins. You see some people, they'll tell you, oh, I fail at this, I fail at that. You see that actually they are going to win at something. So that is what the poke the boss actually signifies. It means you initiating something, starting up something, starting an idea, and getting something done. So it also talks about the fear of wrong. If you start, you have got a shot at evolving and adjusting. You can turn your wrong into right, but if you don't start, you have never get a chance. When you start something, you can evolve at it. And one thing that I've noticed is the fact that when you start something and you keep on doing it, keep on practicing it, at some point you get better at it. At some point you get better at it. But if you don't start at all, if you don't start, you have not got a chance. So somebody might be asking, you've been talking about initiating something. What can I initiate? In page 68, the book talks about some of the things that you can actually build. So many doors are open, so much leverage is available. If you could build anything, you can. What will you build? Number one, an institution. Many institutions we have around the world today, they were started by someone. Why not you starting something like that? In religion, we have people who started churches, and they are now General Overseer today, leader of well-growing church, an idea that spreads. Some of you know TEDx, sharing idea what's spreading. Somebody started it, and today, right around the world, people share idea that what's spreading through TEDx platform. That's an idea that spread. A relationship, a reputation, a cash, a practice, a job, an heart, a tools, a legacy, a change that matters. So these are all the things that you could build. So the main point I want you to take out of this book is the fact that wherever you find yourself, be it working for someone, be it working for yourself, be it in the midst of any other people, you could actually poke the boss by starting something you have never done before. And I hope you're going to take this idea from this book, that poke the boss means you initiating something and starting something you have never done for the first time. See you in another edition of this book review. Bye.